So as far as the Patriot movement, and that's what LWN is, we are part of many patriots out there searching for the truth and delivering the news like it should be delivered. All right, LWN, how do you protect yourself in these uncertain times? Well, Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments can help. I can help you. You can reach out to me directly at lwnreloaded@gmail.com. I am now a licensed broker for Miles Franklin. I can help you with your 401ks, your pension funds, any purchases of precious metals. We buy, sell, and store here at Miles Franklin. This week's specials, we have the assorted 10-ounce silver bars while supplies last. Minted designed may vary, only $2.25 over spot. We also have the quarter-ounce gold maple leaf coins, kind of scruffy, while supplies last, backdated, may not have the radial lines, only 4% above melt. What a heck of a deal. Again, if you guys would like my help, you can reach out to me at lwnreloaded@gmail.com. All right, LWN, if you don't own silver yet and you'd like to get your hand on a coin or two, how do you get qualified for that? Well, you get qualified by either purchasing a coffee for me sometime in the month of January. The giveaway will be January 30th, 31st, something like that. Or anybody who is purchasing stars on Facebook. That is how you get qualified. That is how you get your hands on some silver. If you can't afford to buy your silver coins yourself, a simple little donation will get your name put in the drawing. And at the end of each and every month, we will draw 2 names and hand out 2 special coins. All right. Welcome, America. Welcome back to LWN. Boy, I tell you what, we have a very unique show for you tonight. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this one for well over a month. I've got my friend, the Real UNWOKE, with us tonight. We've been talking about this show. He does some truly amazing shows, and we're going to help promote him tonight. With that being said, I would like to welcome Neil from the Real UNWOKE on camera with me, joining me here on stage. And tonight's show, we're going to talk about a topic that I've been kind of running across it quite a bit on TikTok. So Neil, if you want to go ahead and turn your camera on, there he is. How's it going, brother?
Howdy, 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 howdy. Thank you, LW, for having me on, man. It's truly an honor.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you with me tonight. You know, you and I have been talking a lot about TikTok, and
yes,
and we know that TikTok is an apparatus where a lot of people have left YouTube, a lot of people have left Facebook. Everybody's on TikTok. Everybody's doing those short reels. Some of them are funny, some of them are political. A lot of information, honestly, on TikTok, and I know some of my viewers are going to go, I don't want nothing to do with communist, TikTok. I promise you, if they want your information, they already got it. It doesn't matter if you're on TikTok, not on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, not on Facebook. If they want your information, they will get your information. So the only way to keep them from getting your information is to dig a hole on a mountainside, crawl in it, get rid of all your electronics, and go into hiding. That is the only way you're going to get away from people,
literally, seriously,
getting your information. So you've done a lot of shows. with the Real Unwoke, and you've done shows about TikTok and all kinds of things. So as I'm scrolling through TikTok, there is something that keeps popping up like crazy. And I told you off air, I haven't even seen the same person twice yet. And so what we're going to talk about tonight, and this is no attack on anybody out there. I just bringing up this topic because I found it very unique. And what it is tarot card reading. Now, I don't believe in it. I believe that tarot card reading has power. But where are you getting that power? It's not from Jesus Christ. It's not from my heavenly Father. So I stay away from that stuff. And anybody who is into that, that's your own choice. I'm not here judging or anything. I just want to bring this topic up because as I'm scrolling through TikTok, there's one tarot card reader. So I stop for a minute. I hear what she's saying. She sounds like a lovely person. But what I'm looking at is everybody's sending money. Like they're paying her. Thank you. Here's a rose. Here's this. Here's that. Somebody will send her $5 or $10 and she'll do a real quick reading, for specifically for them. And she'll call them out. She'll say, "Hey, Neil, your question about should you work 2 jobs? Yes." The card says yes or whatever. And then they'll say things like, "Well, if you want a private reading after the show, send me $65 and you'll get a private reading." Now, that is something that I find, wow, like how much money are these guys making by reading these cards? And so, Neil, what's your thought on this?
Hey man, first and foremost, LW, I got to thank you for bringing this to light. I've been noticing this as well. It's definitely a phenomenon that's not going unnoticed. You can't even get on TikTok today without encountering one of these accounts where these people are doing exactly what you said, reading the tarot cards, they're talking astrology, a whole bunch of things. I'm not sure why this has become a thing now, but I see a lot of people gravitating towards it, and it's really mind-boggling because if and I'm not suggesting anyone go and actually support this stuff or not support it. You make your own choices. However, if you take the time to listen to this, what they're saying is a lot of it is general information, but they're people are feeding off of it, and I think they're genuinely looking for answers. But again, it goes back to where you're getting these answers from. So, my thoughts is, listen, I'm a Christian. God says to stay away from it. I leave it alone. I don't go dabbling in the dark. I just know that there's nothing good can come from it. I'm just going to stay away from it. I think that, look, make an informed decision if you're going to partake in this type of, activity, I suppose. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts right now. I mean, it's becoming more prevalent. I'm seeing it more often.
As a believer, here's my question. You're a believer. I'm a believer. We both have a relationship with our Heavenly Father. We know that this is probably something that we shouldn't partake in. I won't partake in it. Again, anybody who chooses to, that's your own choice. I'm not here judging. I'm just looking at, and I'm trying to ask the question, why? So here's my question to you, Neil. Instead of people leaning on a relationship with Jesus Christ and going to the Father for answers, I pray about a lot of things, looking for confirmations and for answers, for direction, for wisdom in my life. It seems like there are a lot of people out there that don't know Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior. Maybe they've never heard of it before. Maybe they have and just kind of passed on by. Maybe some of these are actual believers that think they're getting these answers that are going to better their lives. I don't know what the answer to the question is, but that is the question that I have. Why do these people feel it necessary to seek out these information or fill voids in their lives, and they're not seeking a relationship with their Heavenly Father? Your thoughts?
Well, I think that considering the fact that today we live in such a instant gratification age where, we want everything now, I think that's pretty much ties into why people are just seeking answers any and everywhere, wherever they can find them.
That's
why is my life not going the way it should? Why is he not calling me? Or why is my job giving me such a hard time? People want answers. And, if you read any, you don't have to be a biblical scholar, but God always talks about having patience. You have to have patience. You have to realize that God, he moves in his time. If you don't have certain things you pray for, you have to know that things come in the time fashion in which God sees fit. You can't just go seek out your own understanding, because that's just going to lead you down primrose lane. So again, back to the question, I think because we in such an instant gratification age where we want everything now, that's genuinely why I think people are going towards these particular mediums.
What an amazing point that is. We have been groomed, we've been desensitized, we've been indoctrinated, we've been programmed to instant gratification. You're spot on with that, Neil, and thank you for that comment. Well, folks, so what we're going to do tonight, again, I'm not here to attack anybody on their beliefs or any of this stuff. I just want to show you guys what's out on TikTok. Neil agreed to help me with the technical part of this, so he's gonna pull TikTok up and share screen, and so we've got a medium who's live right now that are doing these readings. Some of you may not want to see this. You're gonna think, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe LW's putting this on the screen." I think it's important to put it on the screen. My equipment is anointed. I pray for protection every morning. This is something that I feel that people need to see what's going on out there so they can grasp why are people rushing to this side of things to try to fulfill something in their life. And these are people that we need to pray for. These are people that, in my opinion, need more Jesus in their lives. So we'll just watch a few minutes of it. We won't do the entire show and show this, but I just want to show you guys that this is what New Age is. This is what people are really seeking and finding. This is New Age. And
New Age.
For people who want to chastise me about making the comment about New Age is nothing I'll be part of. There's too much in the New Age movement that is, in my opinion, making yourself a god. And I think, Neil, you said it best off air, praising yourself and all this stuff that I don't agree with my own personal morals and values and my relationship with Jesus Christ. It just doesn't pencil out for me. So I don't support it. And frankly, I really wish that people can have their eyes open to a lot of this. So Neil, if you would, brother, go ahead and share the screen and let's just take a few moments, listen to the questions being asked, the answers being given. And Neil and I were trying to figure out what kind of funds that these people are making, because when I've sat and watched for a few minutes on TikTok as I'm breezing through, man, I'm seeing $5 here, $10 there. Here's $20 for a reading on air. They make comment about $65 for private reading, after the show, and you start adding it up. That's hundreds of dollars for an hour or two show, a couple of times a week. We're talking, it could be, $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month, reading these cards. Now, some people don't think that tarot reading is a bad thing. I prefer to stay away from it. What do you think, Neil?
I wholeheartedly concur with you, my friend. I think the whole self-help culture, in essence, is all it all boils down to narcissism. It's narcissistic therapy, in my view. It's just, again, it goes back to just praising yourself, exalting yourself. It's all about this self-love. Doesn't talk about the values of family, doesn't talk about what you can do for your community. It's all about just re-enshrining this idea of solipsism, self-love. And I think it's honestly, it kind of aligns with the whole Aleister Crowley mantra of do what thy will, do what you want, create your own subjective life, your own reality, my truth, live in your truth. And we both know, I mean, there's only one objective truth, that's God's truth. And there's no, you can't just arbitrarily assign reality to however you see fit. I mean, come on.
I gotcha.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Let me,
was that video not available to play?
yeah, but I got another one here, and this one
Okay.
she's doing the tarot cards here, so I'm gonna share this here. We got
Listen,
comments
folks,
going.
you can go ahead and pray over the show right now. If you're not feeling comfortable with this, just say a short little prayer. It's like I said, all we're doing is we're not agreeing with this. I'm not giving the devil any power over my show. I'm just showing you guys real quick what this new age is. I think it's important for you guys to see this stuff.
All right, here we go. Let me know if the audio is coming in. Can you see the video here?
I can see it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, here we go. Comments here on the right.
So we trying to read the comments too, and I'm trying to see the gifts that are coming in.
Hold on, y'all.
Forgive me, my my internet is terrible, but
That's okay. I think we're getting the gist of it.
So I got one comment here says,
What the fuck? This nigga said, "Did you leave a tip on the card?"
Cynthia.
You know who the fuck I am, nigga? Get the fuck.
Oh wow.
Ooh, she's getting angry. All right, we'll kill it. We'll kill it. She's getting angry because somebody didn't pay or didn't send money to her card, and I don't mean to laugh, but she wasn't happy. So we'll just get back to the conversation because we've seen enough. We've seen enough of this stuff, you and I, over the last few weeks that we have plenty to talk about. So this knows no age. This knows no gender. This knows no sexual orientation. As you're scrolling through TikTok, you're seeing, like I said, I've never seen the same person twice. There are hundreds of these people out there doing these readings. Some of them are just beginners. Some of them have been doing it for a long time. It's concerning to me again because I feel like it's drawing people into this new age. It's drawing people into this thing that is, in my opinion, it's meant for a relationship with Jesus Christ, but they're parking their souls in a parking lot waiting for this tarot reading to give them all the answers that they seek. It's no different than a crystal ball. It's no different than some of this stuff that we know is not biblically sound on the principles of Jesus Christ or of faith.
Hey, LW, I want to ask you. So, how do you see? Do you see that this new age movement, has spilled over into politics? Do you see any sort of correlation there?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm telling you, it's there. It's hidden. There has to be somebody linked to it because this thing is spreading like wildfire, and it's everywhere you look. It's you hear people talk about it all the time, being ascended to the fifth level and all other stuff, fifth dimension. It's something that I feel like my audience
third eye
be aware of. It's just concerning to me because I don't see them praising the Lord. I don't see them giving glory to him. I don't see them bringing any glory to him. I see them bringing glory to themselves and praise to themselves. And we're going to ascend to this next level and become godlike and be gods. I'm very, very leery of the wording and this is, to me, okay, so to me, this is the gateway. What we're showing tonight, what we tried to show tonight with these readings, it's a gateway. Somebody's sitting there, they're having a rough week, they don't know which way to turn. And all of a sudden they're scrolling through TikTok or Facebook, and here is this person that seems to have all the answers for everybody. So they tune in, they start listening, and they go, man, I need to ask a question. They ask a question. This person sees the comment, and they flip a card over, and they give them an answer, and boom, they're hooked. They're hooked.
Yep.
And
Just like that.
let's say the answer is let's say the question is, Neil, I'm feeling really lonely. I'm feeling very lonely. Am I going to meet somebody? They flip a card over and say, yes, you're going to meet the love of your life. The very next day they go to work, and when they go to lunch, they meet somebody who is just in awe, and they feel like, there it is. I just met the person. They just told me yesterday I was going to meet the person, and boom, they're hooked even deeper. And then they go back to this person, and now instead of asking God for guidance and for God for those answered questions, they're going to this person for everything. You see what I mean?
Because it's just
I feel like it's a gateway.
Yeah, because it's constant reinforcement of what potentially was going to happen in the first place. It's just, being that this person has somehow prognosticated that this event or this person is going to meet you or something's going to happen, somehow that lends credibility to this person that pretty much said something that's probably going to happen anyway. But yeah, I think these people they're grifters. They're preying on people's weaknesses, and I think you just got to be cognizant on who you allow in your life, especially when you're going through a vulnerable period like that. It's very important that, if you don't have a relationship with God, at least give that a try. Seek out someone you may know, a friend or a family member. Give that a try. And I understand that it's difficult today finding true Christians, because a lot of Christians today are Christians only in name only. But I would hearken you to not put all of your faith in man. Do not put your faith in a person. God is the true source. So if you're going to be lending so much credibility in your time, and you're aspiring to be your own God, it's not gonna end well for you, my friend. It's just not.
Well, again, this is a gateway, and next thing you know, that person who first reached out and wanted a reading and got a reading and got an answer, next thing you know, they're going down to the local, I don't even know where you would find this stuff, probably on the internet. Maybe they have stores that sell merchandise like this. Then they're purchasing their own cards, and they're doing their own journey in further in
deeper into
going with this. They're going further in. Now they've got the cards, and then they start maybe seeking out what would we call that, like a higher level, like somebody higher than them that they could start maybe mentoring from, and seeking knowledge and information from that person. And maybe that person has been into this stuff so deep that they're into even deeper stuff. And
there you go.
And so that's why I say these little readings may seem harmless to some people, and some people are probably saying, well, LW, I've done it a couple times. No harm, no foul, Well, maybe it didn't hook you, but it's like a drug. You get the right person in the right situation, hitting, a certain drug, boom, they're hooked forever. And how do you, I guess we'll have this, this topic later in the show is how do we get out of it? How do they get out of it? How do you help somebody who maybe got too deep? Because like I said, man, you're going to find in these readings people that follow them religiously. Like every time they're live, they're there. Just like they follow us. We have subscribers, we have followers. Every time we come on a certain time at night, we have our followers that are there. Well, these people do. It's not a one and done for them. They're there asking questions about their life and seeking answers. And a person I was speaking to today knows a lot about this topic. And she said that, those cards have power, and those cards will give you answers.
Yeah.
But the problem is where are those answers coming from?
Yep. And that's a really important question. That's a really important question that I think that if you found yourself so entrenched in this I'm just going to call it for what it is, this religious cult, because that's in essence what it is. If you found yourself so steeped into this, you got to ask yourself that question, like, where is the source of this information coming from? Because it does have power. I totally will grant you that, absolutely. But where's that power coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you are in this, like, if you are practicing this, you should ask yourself that. Where does this power, where are they deriving this power from? And is it something you want to continue to steep yourself further into? So yeah,
Well, evil
that's a
has
really good
power.
question, man.
Evil has power, and the devil can answer questions without a
There you
doubt.
go.
And you know, taking this stuff to the Lord, it does take time. And you were right at the beginning of the show when you said people are always looking for immediate gratification. They're not willing to wait for God's timing. They want their timing, and they want it
Yep.
right now. So let's talk about perhaps there's a person out there that goes to this medium for the first time and starts getting readings, and maybe the readings aren't joyful. Maybe they're getting answers that they don't want to hear. Like maybe they're getting answers that your husband's cheating on you or your wife's cheating on you, or
man.
some really horrible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do? And I know you're not a doctor. I know you're not a psychologist, nor do we play one here on LWN or the real UNWOKE. But if you get an already mentally unstable person who finds this TikTok live video stream going, and they come in and they start answering questions, and they get answers that are horrifying, that may throws them into a psychosis or a spin, an emotional twister. What are we going to see in those people's lives? What could come from something like that, you think, Neil?
I think that the importance of family is important. I think that, listen, if you are in a state of being, if you find yourself sort of adrift, aimlessly searching for answers, you're going to find answers depending on where you go. You're going to find what you're seeking. Now, where that answer may derive from, that's unknown, depending on where you're going to seek those answers out. But again, if I think that people who are in that state of mind where they are searching for those answers, they don't know where else to go. They're susceptible to believing in anything. I don't know how one would. I truly don't know how one would convince someone that this is not real. This is not reality if they have already lent credence to the idea that, hey, look, it's right about this. It's right about what happened with my husband. It's right about my job. It's right about this. I mean, at that point, you've completely disillusioned yourself. You bought into the lie. You've bought into it hook, line, and sinker. And honestly, I think those particular individuals are probably far too gone for saving. By mere man, I'd say Christ is you're never too far gone for Christ. But I don't know, LW. It's kind of disheartening to think about these helpless individuals who fall victim to this, man.
Well, this is my concern. This is why I raised the question. You get somebody who's already mentally unstable, who starts getting cards saying your husband's cheating on you or your wife's cheating on you or something.
Yeah.
They're mentally unstable, and they go home and they believe it.
Yep.
Who's to say that they wouldn't, take action against that, believing it wholeheartedly, and maybe doing something that they might regret later, and Do those cards have power over somebody's mind? Absolutely. I believe it. You're dealing with a power there that can, let's call it what it is. Some people call it the dark power, witchcraft. And it's very controlling. And like I said, once you get snagged on it, then you come back for more, and then you get hooked on it, and then it leads you down a path of, it could lead you into all kinds of religious beliefs and ceremonies, and it opens Pandora's box, right?
There you go.
To be frank, it opens Pandora's box. But as an outsider looking in, and you're just scrolling through there, you look at it as it's harmless as can be. This is a nice older looking lady. Sometimes they're younger. Sometimes it doesn't matter what color they are, or again, it can be a man. I've seen the men do it. I've seen people with same-sex orientation do it. Is that politically correct? Gay people, I see them do it. So it looks harmless at first. It's packaged well. It's, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you answers that you seek. It seems to the people who may not know very, very innocent and harmless. And you're allowing, in my opinion, you're allowing things to enter your mind and to enter your home. And I know that you were a little even concerned about playing that on your computer before the beginning of the show. But I said a little prayer, and I believe that God's power is much stronger than their power. And
absolutely,
just to try to show the audience what we're talking about, it didn't work out so well. And it doesn't even matter. You guys know what we're talking about. And my concern is for people to be pushed over the edge the wrong way, and for them to, like I said, think about this, school shootings and other things that could push a person, a young person, over the edge that's getting these readings. And evil is evil no matter what. And this is, again, a gateway. I call it the gateway.
Yeah. And I think with the breakdown of our society and the sickness that's overcoming our country today, with family marriage rates are low, families, churches are being infiltrated. There's a lot of sin that has overcome our country. And I think a lot of people are lost today, and they're looking for meaning and purpose in their life. And I think this gives them that purpose. I think this kind of realigns them back into their purpose in their minds, what they believe, especially those who are, like I said, like you said earlier, who may have these mental ailments and may fall victim or susceptible to it. So there can be all sorts of ramifications that can come out of this. It's not like these folks are liable for what they say. They just give the information. Some people take it, some may take it seriously than others and take action. And I just think it's all bad, man. I think it's all bad. Listen, I would behoove anyone who is thinking about practicing this, partaking in this sort of dark arts, I would say stay away from it. I would just say stay away from it. The rabbit hole is too deep. And
let's talk about what it is that we might be able to do to help these people. Maybe some people are addicted to it. Maybe some people have never seen it, but maybe they have family members. Short of prayer and a lot of it and giving it over to God, I would not encourage anybody to go into one of their chats and confront them. We have trolls here all the time trying that nonsense with us, and that's not the pathway that you should take with anybody. And especially in a situation like that, because you're now messing with people that believe that what these people are telling them are the absolute truth because a card tells them that, and that I think is the wrong way to deal with it. If you have a family member, a friend who talks about this often and says, "Oh man, so and so read the cards and told me that I was going to get a new car and I was going to get a new job and this, that, and the other." I mean, Neil, you're a smart guy. How as a family member or a coworker or a friend, how would you start a conversation with them when they make a comment like that? What would the conversation in your opinion look like? How could we educate the person that is partaking in these readings to say, hey, God loves you, and this is something that I think is concerning, and I want you to be aware of it and look out for it. How's that conversation look?
Well, for me, if someone in my family told me that they were, um, supporting someone who's predicting their future, possible positive outcome or something like that, first thing that come to my mind is,
you just slap them first, right?
I honestly, that's probably the first thing that comes to mind. No, seriously. I tell them that they probably should reconsider and placing any stock into that. I mean, I just listen. I truly believe social constructs do not adhere to reality. Social constructs not adhere to reality. You can forge your own path. You can forge your own path, and with time, effort, and prayer with God and communion with God, all things are possible. Now, there are, of course, restrictions here in this physical plane that we live in, but I believe that those restrictions are placed there for a reason. I mean, there's certain things that we're not supposed to delve into. Think about it. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that took place in the past that I think maybe the way we handled them, particularly the Salem witch trials, where we pretty much accused everyone of as being a witch and tossed them in the river and see if they floated and all that stuff. I don't think that was probably the best approach in handling it, but I would just I would just encourage you guys to just reconsider going into this stuff, because I personally don't know of any sort of positive outcome that comes from this. I do not. And if you're trying to get in touch with in tune with your spirituality, I'd say the best place to start is with God. That's the best place to start.
Great point. This would be the conversation if I had to have one. First, I would ask them if they're okay. Secondly, I would say, I just feel it upon my spirit to say a little prayer right now. Would you join me? And I would pray over them, and I would pray for God to open their eyes, to give them the discernment and the wisdom to know, right from wrong. If they're a believer, if they're a non-believer, I would just, I guess, gently ask them, do they have a relationship with the Heavenly Father? Because this is something that I would, I guess, try to educate them that this dangerous, slippery slope that could draw you into a darkness that will be hard to get out of. And I wouldn't want that for you. You're my friend, you're my coworker, you're my brother, my sister, and I wouldn't want to see you go down a path that could lead you to a place that is hard to get out of. It's not impossible, but why would you want to dig a hole, jump in it, and then try to figure out how to get out of it? I'm here to stop you before you get to that point. So there's things that I can show you biblically. There's things that I can show you and try to educate you that you want to stay clear of that. If you are finding that you have a void in your life and you're looking for answers, or you're feeling empty, I can help guide you to a person that will fill that completely. He'll give you the love that you're seeking. He'll give you grace and mercy. He'll forgive you. He'll guide you. He'll help provide for you. He'll put the right people in your life that you won't have to feel lonely. That's how the conversation would have to go for me. I'd have to go deep, but I'd have to be gentle, show them love, and not accuse, attack, or judge, or go on the defense, hey, I'm not the best at this. I have a hard enough time in my own relationships not to get defensive about things. But man, I just see this being something that is growing, Neil. That's my concern. I see this multiplying. I told you, and you concurred with me, I haven't seen the same person twice yet. And it's not that I go out and seek this. I don't follow or pay attention. As I'm scrolling through, it'll pop up and I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that person before. That's not the same person that I found last time. And so this is something that's growing. The new age movement is something that they're pushing very, very hard. They're trying to get it in the hearts of so many people. And there are a lot of people that are really tuning into this and believing that they're going to ascend and make it to this fifth dimension, and they're going to become gods, and they're going to be able to heal their own bodies. And I see it growing, and I want to be on the front lines of helping people get out of that situation and find a relationship with Jesus Christ, and not with a medium or a tarot card reader or somebody who is flipping magic, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think your approach in particular was very endearing, and I think that would resonate with a lot of people if that's what they can find solace in, knowing that there's someone that's that will have such a gentle approach in helping them understand that perhaps maybe they're going down a dark path. And I think that more Christians should take that route, as opposed to going on the defense or judging and criticizing them, because again,
and condemning them.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that's what's needed. We as Christians, we have to recognize that we are the salt of the earth. We are the light bearers, and in this, especially in these dark, perilous times today, a lot of people are looking for that light. They're looking for those answers in the wrong places. And I think if we were a lot more, just a little bit more sensitive with each other in that regard, it could go a long way.
A lot of times all somebody wants, Neil, is just somebody to listen to them. They don't need somebody to tell them they're wrong. They don't need somebody to tell them how to fix it. They don't need that. A lot of people, when they're seeking out a medium, they're just actually wanting somebody to listen to them, and then that person gives them an answer falsely, but they get an answer, but probably initially all they were looking for is somebody to just take the time to care enough to sit down and listen to their problems and pray with them. I'm a man, you're a man, and we don't have all the answers, and man is going to trip man. So in that situation, listening, allowing them to vent, and then to turn around and say, can I just pray with you and give it over to God and let him give the answer instead of you. That could be so more productive and effective, that if more people maybe took that opportunity to do that, showed people grace and not condemned or judged, we might be able to save a lot of people heading down this destructive path of new age, and these black magic card readers and all this stuff that just sucks people in. And we've talked to people along the way that have been in those situations, and it's a dark place, and it's really hard to get out of those situations. It almost feels helpless at times, and God is always the answer. I want to be clear about that. God is always the answer, and he always has the answers. So if you're looking for answers, and you're looking for a path, and you're looking for companionship, even when you're alone, he will fill that void for you.
Hey, LW, I wanted to ask you. So, what about the actual tarot card reader medium? Uh, what do you think? How do you think are the proper response or proper way to address those individuals? Or how do we should we just kind of take the hands off approach and more so focus on the people that they're influencing and try to draw them back, or should we take a more of a tactical approach in addressing these people in particular? What do you think
No,
about
I
that?
think that if you take the hands off approach, there's still going to be many people that fall victim to it. I believe
Yeah,
that probably a huge majority of these people get started in it because they just want to, they mean well. Like they have a big heart. I really think that these people have a big heart. I think that they, one, it's entertainment at first. They saw somebody else do it. They found it really cool. It's a new age thing. So they got into it and then they started studying it and they started getting more involved. And I believe that their heart is probably pure in the sense that they want to help somebody.
mm-hmm.
They want to help people find answers. So for me to cure the whole problem would be to have those hard conversations with the card reader themselves. Now, is God chosen you to be that one to have that conversation? Boy, that's between you and the Heavenly Father. And I would never force myself into a conversation with one of those people unless God was tugging at my heart saying, I need you to intervene here and have a conversation with them. Again,
Mm-hmm.
showing grace, showing kindness, showing love, and not condemning them or judging them for what they have done. Some people may not even realize what they're doing. Again, big
Yeah,
hearts, wanting to help people. And to me, that would be the tightest rope to walk versus
yeah,
somebody who's actually there to hear the reading or to find an answer.
right,
Deal with somebody who's now making an income off of this, feels like they are helping a lot of people. Why are you attacking me? I'm helping all kinds of people. That
right.
that would be the hardest conversation to have. I mean, God would have to be sitting right there next to me, giving me the wisdom and the words to really use to have a conversation with that, because
Yeah.
those people are just as lost. Those people are just
Mm-hmm.
as confused. Those people are looking for those answers too. That's
Yep.
why they got started in it. It's only my opinion, but that's why they got started in it. They felt a void, and now all of a sudden they have all these people watching them. They have all these people coming to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving people answers. It's making
Yeah.
people happy. Hey man, I'm saving the world. I'm
Yeah.
helping people. I'm
Mm-hmm.
here. I'm doing what I was meant to do. What they don't realize is the
Mm-hmm.
dark side of that and where those
Yeah.
answers are coming from. If you want to help people, then be a prayer warrior. If you want to
Yeah.
be that interceder, be a prayer warrior. Sit down with these people that are coming to you for answers. Take it to God. Sit down and pray with them and say, God, these are the issues that they have in their life, and these are the answers that they're looking for. Lord, we're praying for wisdom. We're praying for confirmation. We're praying for direction in this person's life. That to me is a true friend and true help, not getting into flipping cards and giving people those type of answers, because again, the question of the night is, where do those answers come from? Because I
Yep.
guarantee you it doesn't come from up there.
No, sirree. No, it does not. And hey, look, that's not what the good book says. I'll tell you that right now. And um, in fact, God sought it not pleasing when Saul sought out the witch of Endor for answers. So, I mean, listen, we've got examples interspersed all throughout the Bible where God is against this particular uh, spiritual, ritualistic way of living and being. So yeah, I mean, God, listen, I think the gentle approach would definitely be effective. I definitely do, and I think that this is a great video. I'm so glad we're talking about this because a lot of Christians we have to realign ourselves back into we have to realign ourselves back into the focus of what the truth is, what God would want us to do, what God find pleasing. and not following our own hearts. We are not to lean onto our own understanding. I mean, we have the gift of discernment, so we have to utilize that. And there are people out there that need us, and I appreciate you for prior to starting the show, you had said to me that hey, if you got a gift, it's a sin not to use it. So if you feel that God is telling you to help someone, it's incumbent upon you to help that person.
It says in the last days that many people are going to be fooled by many false prophets.
Oh yeah.
And I look at these card flippers as a false prophet.
There you
And
go.
my concern, Neil, is this. I believe that there are believers out there, Christians out there, that struggle in life, and they don't get that immediate gratification, that immediate answer. They feel like God has abandoned them.
Yeah.
And I believe that if you go into some of these chats, you'll find believers there. You'll find believers there that are looking for the answers, and they're looking for them in the wrong places. And the devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yep.
And think about how that is destroying people's lives with these readings, and believers are flocking to the readers, and they've turned their back on Christ and said, you know what? I don't have time for you. This person can answer my question immediately. And they're now worshiping that.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the whole feel good prosperity gospel, where it's just all internally. You have that visceral feel good moment sensation. It's all sensationalism, I think, to some degree. I mean, people want those answers right then and there. They want to know what is going on with them at this moment. Like, I need answers. I need someone to resonate with my personal, unique struggle right now. And if this person speaks to that, like I said, that only reaffirms to them, okay, there's some this is someone I can believe in. This is someone I can follow, someone I can trust.
It aligns also with our patriot movement, because instant gratification. Everybody is expecting a magic button to be pushed, rainbows and unicorns. One person's going to come in and save us all. It does. Yep. It really aligns with the patriot movement. There are so many people that want that instant thing, like the card flipper. The person goes there for those answers. Well, in the patriot movement, instead of people realizing that nobody's here to save us but ourselves, we put our faith in God, not in man, and that you may have to actually get out there and work and do hard things.
There you go.
Get this country back. They're looking for that instant answer, that this one thing is going to change this whole nation, and I didn't have to do anything but tune into YouTube each and every night, and there you have it. We've saved America. And that's the ultimate parallel to this whole thing, is that the card reader is putting out information to make you feel good. They already know what you want to hear, so they're telling you that. Just like in the patriot movement, there are people out there that tell you what you want to hear, and they keep stringing you along. And now we're 2 years into this movement, and there are people that still aren't engaged. There are people out there that refuse to get involved because they're waiting for that magic moment. They're waiting for that one card to be flipped over and telling them, hey, guess what? Boom, there it is.
Wow.
That's not reality, man. The reality is God has all put us here for this moment in history. This is our time to rise up. This is our history-making moment, where you are either going to engage and get in this fight and roll up your sleeves and do the hard required things to earn the freedom, because freedom is not free and it takes sacrifice. And if you're not willing to give that sacrifice for our freedom, then you will be left behind, and you will be the person sitting on the sidelines saying, holy cow, I'm here by myself. Everybody else move forward. I'm waiting for that magic card to be flipped while everyone else was out there doing that hard work. And I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be at the tip of the spear And, Neil, I just really appreciate you coming on tonight. I'm going to roll into final thought. We're up against the hour. This hour has gone by so fast, but
it did, didn't it?
Our conversations together are always amazing. It's just easy to talk with you. And I love just zipping my lip and hearing what you have to say, because you're methodical in your answers. You're methodical in the way you present your information to all of our guests that are listening tonight. And so, brother, our final thought as we're wrapping up tonight, there is hope. And the hope is Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, listen, we all got to bear our cross. Like you said, it's going to take the hard work. How much more time we're going to allow? How much more complacent are we going to be in the face of all of our freedoms and all of our liberties just being taken away? How much more complacent are we going to be? That's the question. Like, what are we going to do? Like, you can't whistle past the grave anymore.
Thanks for your final thought, Neil. This is my final thought. There's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of people seeking all these answers. I see it in chat. I see it in my Facebook all the time. People thinking they know the answer, people searching for the answer, but yet not many of them. I'm not saying not all, but not many of them are making comment that, I'm seeking God for this answer. I'm seeking God for this path for America. They're so engaged with the card flippers who keep flipping these cards and telling them the next one, it's next month, it's the next goalpost, it's the next this, it's the next that. I'm trying to wake you up tonight, trying to shake you up and make you realize that maybe in reality you're not sitting in front of the card reader, but really you are sitting in front of that card reader listening to the stuff that they're putting out there. Maybe it's time for you to kind of get up and shake it off and say, you know what? I spent enough time there. I've heard enough. And now it's time to really go out there and do what's required of me and put my faith and my trust in God and not in man. So that's my final thought for tonight. Neil, it's been such a pleasure spending this hour with you, brother. Keep your
the pleasure's all mine, LW.
We're just getting started in this. 2023 is going to be your year. It's God's year. Yeah. It's my year. It's everybody's year. It's a Patriot Movement's year. We will get this country back, and you will see the rebirth of America, and it's going to be a glorious, glorious country once again who puts God first. So thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, tune in to the Real Unwoke. Links will be dropped for you guys. Follow him over there, support him. He's got an amazing show. He brings it each and every time, and I really appreciate his take on everything that's going on in here in America. So support Neil, the Real Unwoke, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Appreciate it, LW. Thank you, my friend.
Liberty Warrior Nation, if you missed it last time, it's back. The biggest bed sheet sale ever. The Giza Dream Sheets, the bed sheets as low as $29.99 using promo code LWN. You could save up to 50% off. Don't forget, Mike Lindell and My Pillow have some of the best products out there. He has My Coffee, My Slippers. He's got bedding for dogs. He's got the bath towel sets. Lots of great products out there for every patriot. And if you'd like to support Mike Lindell in return, supporting him also supports me here at LWN. Like I said, use promo code LWN. You could save up to 50% off the Giza bed sheets, $29.99.
a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. Can you tell me the secret of how you can take it or leave it? How you can blend in with the crowd? I'm so scared, so damn afraid to look. I'm so sick of talking. I'm wearing the words out, words out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. When it feels like everyone's out to